let's talk about something that was never ever meant to be heard.
Sometimes the worst damage isn't from a lie. It's from the truth, just heard at exactly the wrong time. And not one single idea, well, that's what sets his whole thing on fire.
And this is where we're headed, to a point where belief completely takes over. And once that happens, facts, they just don't matter anymore.
So let's drop right into it. The immediate aftermath. You can already feel things starting to come apart at the seams.
After that big confrontation, Tanae, he isn't angry. Not really. He just feels exposed. You know that feeling? Like a raw nerve. He's walking alone, he's actively avoiding Rhea, just wanting to be invisible.
And right into that vulnerable space, that's when Mira shows up. She doesn't push, she doesn't pry, she just sits with him and says this, quietly validating everything he's feeling, and just like that, she's by his side.
He doesn't say yes, but he doesn't say no either. And that's all it takes, right? The seed is planted. That little idea just stays with him right when he feels most alone.
Okay, now we get to the moment. The one moment where everything just breaks. A conversation that was never meant for his ears.
He's just walking, passing a stairwell, and then he hears voices. Voices he knows, and he stops. It's not like he's trying to eavesdrop, He just freezes, and he listens. That's the first thing he hears. It's Sana's voice, so blunt, so final. And you can just imagine it hitting him like a punch to the gut. It's everything he was afraid of, right there.
And then this, from Rhea. And in his head, this stops being a conversation. It's a verdict. It's a judgment on Mira, and really a judgment on him for trusting her.
The thing is, what he heard in their voices wasn't doubt. It wasn't them trying to figure things out. No. To him, it sounded like absolute certainty. Case closed.
But here's what he missed, the big thing he missed. He didn't hear the exhaustion in their voices. He didn't hear how worried they were about him. All he got were the words, totally stripped of all the context that mattered. And hearing that, it changes everything, instantly. Now we see how that piece of information gets twisted and, pretty much weaponized.
So he goes to Mira. But listen to how he says it. It's not an accusation, is it? He's almost pleading. He's repeating what they said, kind of hoping she'll just make it not true.
But her response? It's brilliant in a terrifying way. She doesn't deny it. She absolutely doesn't deny it because she knows if she denies it, they're arguing about facts. And facts aren't the point anymore. Instead, she pivots. Instantly, she turns the whole thing around and makes it about her pain. It's no longer, what did you do? It's, look at how much they've hurt me. And with one sentence, this one right here, she does it all. She makes herself the victim, deflects everything, and makes Tanae feel like he's the one she's trying to protect. It's a masterclass. See, in a sense, that's something you can argue about. But pain is a feeling. She just needed him to believe she was hurt. And by doing that, she completely bypasses his logic and goes straight for his instinct to protect her. And just like that, the game is over. So what happens next? A choice has been made, and the silence that follows is just deafening. The change in Tanae is so sudden, everyone feels it. Kabir is the one who says it out loud, but you can just see it on Rhea's face, that dawning horror as she starts putting the pieces together, that maybe, just maybe, he heard them. So she tries to reach out, to fix it, to explain, and she's met with this, a digital brick wall. That little scene, notification, and then nothing. It's so simple and so brutal. And then you see it. It's no longer just an accident or a misunderstanding. The distance between them is now a deliberate choice. He's with Mira. He's chosen his side. All because of a few sentences he was never meant to hear. This last scene, it's just devastating. They're all in the same room, but they couldn't be farther apart. There's no shouting, no big argument. It's just a cold, quiet separation. It's not a fight. It's worse. It's a fracture. And that's where we are. The story got completely rewritten by a few words, heard out of context. A belief took root and, well, belief doesn't ask for clarification, does it? It doesn't want more information. It just is. All of which leaves us with one huge question hanging in the air. What was the truth that absolutely everyone missed?